Hey y'all, thanks again for joining us for another DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. We are going to be reacting to Shark Tank again, so let's jump right into it and see this pitch.
Next to the tank is a family who turned a hobby into a business.
I love entrepreneur families.
Hi Sharks, I'm Zach.
I'm Zoe.
I'm Cam.
And I'm Summer.
And we're the founders of Zach and Zoe's Sweet Bee Farm. And we're looking for $150,000 for 10% in equity.
Did you know that most of the honey that you see in stores has actually been processed? All of that processing takes away the good stuff. Some even add in sugar and corn syrup.
Zach and Zoe's Sweet Bee Farm is taking the sweetener industry by storm by changing the way people view bees and honey by creating a delicious twist on raw unfiltered honey.
No pesticides, no additives, just pure raw honey.
From ginger to matcha to beetroot, we take raw honey and blend it with superfoods, all in-house, no co-packer.
We started this company by accident. 5 years ago, we were looking for a way to solve our son's allergies. And when we found raw honey, it was a game changer for Zach because it actually contains pollen, which has a variety of health benefits.
And we don't just sell our honey, we farm it ourselves. We started out with a few hives and grew it to a full facility that our whole family cares for.
The quality of our honey and the health of our bees is so important to us.
So Sharks, who wants to continue the buzz and join our hive of busy bees?
So is this all your honeys? Do you make all these varieties right here in front of us?
We do. We make all of our honey in-house in a facility in Lebanon, New Jersey.
Wow.
And we take care of 50 hives ourselves. And we actually source a lot of our honey, about 80% from local farms right by our doorstep.
How did you become bee farmers?
Zachary had horrible allergies. He was in and out of the hospital.
Yep.
We started keeping bees for him. It was a hobby for my husband,
Yep.
so we were able to treat Zachary.
I've recently heard about someone getting into beekeeping because of allergies and stuff, so I wonder about
within
that.
a year, and we saw that one spring went by, the next went by, and here he was with no symptoms of allergy-induced asthma.
I think you should tell us what
Yes.
we're eating because we're already chowing it down.
I wanted to add an extra flair to the honey, so I began to add organic superfoods into the honey. Beetroot, ginger, matcha.
Blueberry is like phenomenal.
Oh,
It's great.
thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
I think I've seen this. Has this been in restaurants or out?
It has.
It is.
Yep,
Okay.
so we're our wholesale accounts, we've working with Macy's picked us up, Bloomingdale's. I mean, we've had a lot of press. We've been in New York Times. 2018, our sales were $62,000. 2019, $135,000. In 2020, $401,000.
Wow.
And in 2021, we're already at $888,000.
Wow.
Now you're talking.
Wow.
You said you're already at $800,000.
Yep.
Okay, so break that down between wholesale, retail,
Yep.
and direct-to-consumer.
Pre-pandemic, we were 70% of our business was Chelsea Market, right in New York, retail traffic. And then during the pandemic, we had to pivot and really invest in our website, direct-to-consumer. And so right now, we do 70% of our business direct-to-consumer, right from our site. And that's
They flipped their whole business model, you guys. They just said 70% was through a local store. And during the pandemic, they pivot, and now 70% is direct to consumer.
we're not advertising.
Okay, what does one of these cost, and what does it cost you to make?
Our 60-ounce jar, we make it.
Wait, did he just say we're not advertising? I'm sorry, y'all. This is pretty exciting. They got a good little business.
New York retail traffic. And then during the pandemic, we had to pivot and really invest in our website, and direct-to-consumer. And so right now, we do 70% of our business direct-to-consumer, right from our site. And that's so we're not advertising.
That's a
Okay, what does one of these
blessing.
cost, and what does it cost you to make?
Our 60-ounce jar,
I love
we
it.
make it for $6. It wholesales for $13, and it retails for $20.
How do your prices compare
Retail
to the
for
other
20.
honey makers out there?
They're a little more. Other
By
honey
what
makers are
percent
about
would you say?
$15 per about
16
12 12 or 16 ounces when you look them up.
So
but
you're
there's nothing else
charging
in
about
it
a 25% premium?
because of this organic superfoods from the best farms.
We just got accepted to Target's 2021 incubator program. We're going to do $1.5 million this year. We think pretty easily.
What's going to
I'm
accelerate you to
excited
that?
for
Target's a
them.
big
So
one.
how are you going to be able to deal with that? Because going from $880,000 a year to having one really big customer takes a real commitment in cash.
Yep.
Are you profitable, first of all?
Yes. Yeah, 23% margins. Or
23% margin,
net
so you're
income.
making about $200K
Correct.
so far this year,
Yep.
right?
You know, in my industry, we buy enormous amounts of honey. There's a huge problem with bee colony collapse, where huge swaths of bees
we've had a problem
died,
with that.
and
For real.
bees are the #1 pollinator. If we lose our bees, vegetable crops, fruits, we're going to be in huge trouble. And tell us a little bit about how you see your role in that ecosystem, and do you have a strategy related to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, us having bees is a differentiator, right? We've got 50 hives on our property in New Jersey, and so we do a lot of talks around beekeeping, bee health.
So this is so much more than a company. It's like a mission.
Education
I want to
around
ask
it.
Zach a question. Bees, they work very hard to make this honey so they can eat it. You go in there and rip it off and sell it. They don't even get a royalty or anything. They don't have any equity in your business.
They don't.
How do you feel about that?
Every beekeeper kind of has a rule. They don't take a certain amount, like they don't never take too much honey.
Go, Zach.
I see a future with you, Zach. The challenge I see, though, is in the scaling. You're trying to just add your biggest customers right now, early in your life cycle. I think that's going to be more difficult than you're giving it credit for. Knowing what I know about food supply chains, it's one thing to get to 5 million, which, Another thing to get to 10, But now, all of a sudden, the complexity levels change. I don't know that you're accounting for the complexity level, and so for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you.
Listen, guys, I'm struggling to
That's why he's in the shop. That's why he's in the
fit in
tank.
here, because it really does feel to me like a family business, and I think it'd be uncomfortable for me to like jump in there at this stage. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mark.
My biggest struggle is on the product side, because I'm a person who doesn't eat honey.
Oh, wow.
I know that sounds crazy, but I actually really don't. So sadly, for those reasons, I am out. But I hope that one of my fellow sharks is in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys remind me so much, in fact, identical to Wicked Good Cupcakes. It was a family business, because it was always for their kids. And when they did sell it recently to Hickory Farms, everybody made millions of dollars. They were just like you. I like this deal. I'm going to make you the exact same offer I made them 9 years ago when they were standing right there.
Is it a royalty?
Zero equity. You have enough margin in the larger jars to pay me $1 royalty against the $150 I'll give you.
You're going to say that.
And after
You got to expect that from Mr. Wonderful.
$150,000, it drops down to 25 cents. That's the identical deal. And then we worked together to blow up sales, as I did with Wicked Good Cupcakes. We ended up with commercial kitchens all over the country. And we blew it up because we were both incentivized. I never took equity, and when it got sold, I did well too. Everybody made money. I don't think there's room for equity, because in the end, this deal's for your kids.
Do they want to sell it though? Right.
Hold on, guys. I have an offer.
Who's the owners? I love when Barbara be coming in.
3 sharks are out. The Johnson family has an offer on the table from Kevin for their honey company, Zach and Zoe's Sweet Bee Farm. But Barbara also seems interested.
Hold on, guys. I have an offer. My dream entrepreneur is when they remind me of me. Like somebody who started with nothing, that made a little magic and stayed on course and built an empire. So you might not think you're sitting on an empire, but I could see it as clear as I could see tomorrow. So I'm going to make you probably a juicier offer than you were looking for, but I need to have more equity. So I'm going to give you $200,000 for 20%. Right? But
Their original offer was $150K for 10%. She just gave them an additional $50K, saying she'll give them $200K for 20%, which is doubling the equity.
I am excellent at strategy on building brand. I'm an excellent marketer. I don't have to sell you on that because I have proven it with so many of my brands.
$200,000 for 20%. Mr. Wonderful.
Zero equity, because you're a family business. And that's
Are you evaluating his royalty deal?
So
You understand you're adding like 13% every single jar you sell at the beginning. 13% weight.
You know
like
why I'm coming
shackles.
over? Because
you're
things
wearing
can
yellow
sometimes be
and you
so
wanna-
obvious. Let's show Kevin what's happening here.
I love her.
Barbara, I have no interest in doing a deal with you in it. Well, it's a simple question. Do you want to part with 20% of your equity?
Can we huddle? Can we huddle?
We need to huddle. Yeah.
Okay, we can huddle. Go ahead.
You understand, you understand both offers, right?
Yes.
Barbara, like, yeah.
Talk to any of my partners. I'm a different cut of cloth than Kevin.
The father,
Okay,
like,
can we
no,
huddle in
oh,
there?
for
Yeah,
real.
okay.
I need to huddle with my family.
We love it. Oh,
No, I'll let you huddle on your own.
Thank you.
thank you.
20%.
I'll kill you if you get this deal.
I mean, who's going to help? Mr. Wonderful or Barbara, right?
They cannot be thinking about a royalty.
I don't know.
Right off the top.
The cupcake thing was brilliant.
What a wholesome family.
She liked that strategy. It all depends on what strategy you going for. She said the wicked
Well, what if you
cupcake
decided-
thing was
We
brilliant.
came in asking for $150,000 for 10%. Barbara, would you be willing to consider $200K for 12%?
15, I would.
We got a deal.
Good
Okay,
job.
great. I didn't have to justify it. Great.
Well done.
Thank you,
I'm
Kevin.
very,
No
very
problem.
happy.
All right, so they ended up getting a deal and making a deal with my girl Barbara. So they negotiated, which you should always do when you get an offer, but they negotiated they countered her $200K for 20% and ended up doing a deal for $200K for 15% equity. And so I'm so glad they didn't entertain the Mr. Wonderful Kevin's offer. But then again, the wife, she did say that wicked cupcake business, that whole thing, she said it was brilliant. So maybe she is thinking like her exit plan is to sell the business in the end. But a great deal was just made, and I hope that they are successful in their endeavors with Barbara. But thanks so much for joining us and watching us for this DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. Please like the video. That will definitely help us, and consider subscribing to the channel. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much, and have a good one.